Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Andy K. For all the returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming by. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Pause this video and subscribe. It's absolutely free. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to turn your notifications. And don't forget to tell your mom, your mom's mom, your auntie, whoever, to subscribe to this channel. So enough rambling and enough talking, let's get straight into the review. So in episode 10 we pick up where we left off from episode 9, which was Sarisha's boho chilled kind of vibe party, and Sarisha decides to play a game with the ladies. So they are separated into two teams. One team is Latonto and Annie, and then the other team was KG and Nonku. So Latonto and Annie's team was called the Powerpuff Girls, and then Nonku and KG's team were called the Darlings or something like that. So the game was to be creative and decorate dream catchers. So along the way, Nonku is absolutely lit. She drunk, honey. She rank. And along the game, or as time goes by, Nonku is just like, deuces, I'm out. This is boring. I'm from decorator my dream chasers, Mina. She even told Latonto that, and just like, I'm not gonna do this. This is boring. I'm just gonna be sipping my champagne and KG can do all the work. So when the game is finished, Sarisha, looks at the two dream chasers and she was just like, sorry ladies, KG won this one. And then KG was very happy, and Sarisha decides to give them with a present. So the present was a Versace perfume. So she gives Latonto and KG, but not Nonku. And Nonku is just like, hi, what about me? What about me? And she looked at the present and was like, Versace perfume. I mean, I guess Sandali Versace perfume. And she was just like, how come I didn't get a present? I did participate in the game. And so she's just like, no. KG did all the work. You were just drinking your champagne. And Latonto also said that you don't participate in the game, you don't get a present. And Nonku was just like, She was very offended. But as time went by, she kind of cooled down and she told the ladies that she's planning a trip to Cape Town, which the ladies didn't seem too excited or too enthusiastic about the trip to Cape Town, because KG was just like, what are we going to do in Cape Town? I mean, what do we pack? And Uncle was just like, don't worry about that. Just pack anything. Just come to Cape Town and it's going to be a vibe. So the ladies were just like, oh, okay. And that's where, the whole segment. Then we go to the next segment where we see Latonto is packing, her Latonto naturals and gifts. I think she was gifting someone from the royal, consort. Yeah, royal consort. And then she receives a call from Mabusi. So Mabusi calls her, krum. Latonto picks up, Mabusi, how am gay? Na. It's been a long time. I get to in is steaming, something like that. And then Mabusi tells Latonto that, hey, you know what? I'm searching for cars. Do you want to go with me? And Latonto's like, yeah, I want to go with you to buy cars. It was very a light-hearted conversation, nothing really deep there. And then we move into Sarisha. So one thing I actually love about, or something I like seeing throughout the Real Housewives franchise, is that I like the whole luxury, expensive, bling kind of vibe, but I also like seeing, something normal, something that we can actually relate to in the Real Housewives franchise. So I like seeing Sarisha taking her dogs for a wash and filling. I mean, one thing I was really surprised about is that Sarisha has a lot of dogs. So one thing I was very surprised about is that Sarisha has a lot of dogs, and it was like something that I can not relate to, because I don't have dogs, but it was something that, oh wow, these people they actually do normal stuff. You feel me? So we see Sarisha taking her dogs for a wash. There was actually a scratch on her arm, and she was telling the lady, I want my dogs to get a wash and a filing down. Something very light, not drama, but it lets us go deeper into her life and just learn your English. Wow. And just learn something new about her. And now we know that she's a lover of dogs. And yeah, nothing really much to that. We just saw her going to take her dogs for a wash, and that's that. So we get into Madam Ayanda, and Madam Ayanda is celebrating 20 years in her career. That's what she said. She's celebrating 20 years in her career. So obviously she's having an event. We know this for Real Housewives of Durban. Real Housewives of Durban have a lot of events. It's just not there. I applaud the ladies for having businesses. I applaud the ladies for having a lot of events. But me as a viewer, I do get tired of back-to-back events. Every episode is an event. You get me? I just want to see something I just want to see something very, very ordinary, or a trip for per se, something different to what we're seeing in each episode, because it does become really predictable that even episode 11, e-event, 12, e-event, 13 events. So it does get a bit tiring just to always see the ladies do events. But anyway, let's move. And then Ayanda does say that she won an award in London. And the award was the African Unite Award, and it was for the best international promoter of the decade. So from what I took from the episode, I'm not too sure what the event was celebrating. I think the event was celebrating 20 years in her career, which is the music industry, and then again for winning an African Unite Award for best international promoter of the decade. I think that was the second thing. And yeah, I think that those were the two things that she was celebrating. Obviously, Ayanda, being the madam that she is, she came dressed for the gods. She had this emerald, I think that's what you call it. She had like an emerald dress that had very, very, very dramatic sleeves. I'll leave a picture if I can. Very dramatic sleeves, and a hat to go with her outfit. Nothing new. Ayanda, she always dresses up. We hardly see Ayanda dressed down. And then the ladies come to her event. We first see Sarisha, which Sarisha looked amazing. For the first time throughout Real Housewives of Durban, I actually think, personally for me, that was the best Sarisha has ever dressed in. She was just in a really, I won't say short, but it was kind of like a short number and really, really, really nice heels. And then we see Tonto's always looking amazing. And at the event, Tonto weirdly decides just to talk about dogs with Sarisha. Personally for me, I didn't think there was a time or place just to randomly talk about dogs, asking Sarisha why she decided to name her dogs this way, how many dogs she has, how old her dogs. And Sarisha was even like, that was like weird or awkward when, oh my gosh, sorry, something's in my eye. Okay, yeah. So Sarisha was just like, that was kind of weird. I spoke a lot about my dogs with Tonto, so I don't understand why she's asking me these questions at this event. But okay, there's nothing I can say. I'll just indulge into her conversation. The event starts, as I already said. Ayanda makes a very grand entrance, dressed to the gods as always. She never disappoints. And then Mabusi comes very late, as Sarisha says. She was just like, Mabusi came late, and what was the point of her coming, because the event was going to end. So when we were at the event, Ayanda starts talking. I don't know whether Ayanda talks or whether one of her artist groups at the record label that she owns performs. But let me check. Okay, I think Ayanda first starts talking, and she's just, you know, telling us that thank you to everyone for coming, and, you know, just gives a brief background of her career, what's the purpose of the event, you know, all of that business. Then we see a performance from Abatandwa, which is a group of men, and they performed the song, popular song, I think it was popular last year or 2019 or 2018, I'm not sure, and they performed the song Umoya wa Muyavoma, and that's where the whole segment ends. So we go to Nonku, and Nonku receives a call from her friend Brenda. So Nonku's at her house. She receives a call from her friend Brenda. We are meeting Brenda for the first time, and Brenda comes to visit Nonku at her place. So Nonku is just like, you know, friend, I'm going for a walk, you can come join. Brenda comes and joins. So at that walk, Nonku decides to tell Brenda about Tobe. So Tobe, Nonku's friend that we met way back from episode 2, 3, 1, 2, or 3. The girl that she was with when she decided to tell Ayanda that Sfiso Ngwane is the father of her child, that Tobe. So she's telling Brenda that her and Tobe had a fallout because she felt like Tobe was not a friend, which it's very ironic to me that she's saying that, because the way she feels like about Tobe is the way she's been treating Umabus. You get me? So she was complaining that with Tobe, she felt like Tobe wasn't a friend, because at the time when she decided to tell Ayanda in episode 1, like, which asked Ayanda, do you know me? And Ayanda was like, honey, should I know you? And when she's like, there's an elephant in the room, and Tobe acted like she didn't know what Nonku was talking about. So Nonku actually found some way, because she's like, Tobe is my friend and she knows the whole Ayanda thing, you know, Ayanda and Svisongwane, she knows, all my friends know the whole Ayanda situation. So I felt like she was being some way, like, she's being some way for denying or acting like she doesn't know what issue I have with Ayanda. She also tells her friend Brenda that. So in the next segment, we are at La Conco's event, and it is a women empowerment event. So at that event, she didn't invite all of the ladies, which I find that it was a bit shady, but we'll get to that later. So she invited Mabusi, Ayanda, and Nonku at the event, and at that event it was like just them and a whole bunch of other girls, and they were just talking about women empowerment topics or women empowerment issues. And then at that event, Nonku decides to invite Mabusi to Cape Town. You know, Mabusi seems very keen. It's like, oh wow, I have nothing planned. I have nothing planned going on, so I'm definitely coming to Cape Town. And at that event, as I said, we're talking about women empowerment topics, and you know, nothing much, just a very, again, chilled, light, you know, heart to heart kind of event. That's what I wanted to say. And of course, like, Konto comes there making a very grand entrance. Personally for me, I felt that it wasn't very necessary to come with that entrance, but each to their own. So she came with a poet, you know, the poet came in, and there was like Konto's grand entrance, and you know, nothing much happened. Nonku has kind of like a chilled day at the spa with her mom and her sister. Nothing much actually happening in that segment, but I'll actually talk about it. So she meets up with her mom and sister, and then they just talk about how the day went when her child Notile went to go meet Ayanda's sons, and then they decided to go to Svisongwane's gravesite. You know, nothing really much happening there, but you know, we just see the reaction from her mom and her sister when she tells them how Notile felt when meeting her brothers. And you know, very cool. You know, these are the things that I kind of like seeing, just normal ordinary things, not too much flashy things. And you know, so now we go into Brenda's event. where there was a lot of drama. You know, what's Real Housewives without drama? So we go into Brenda's event. Very, very, very elegant, very classy, very 10 out of 10. So Brenda co-host with Nonko for the black tie event, and you know, all the ladies come wearing black dresses. You know, it was a black tie event. The main theme was black. All the ladies come wearing black. You know, the ladies are just like, oh, this is my kind of event. You know, the event was very, very, very classy. And you know, at the event, Tobe decides to come with Sarisha. Nonko didn't know, but she's like, oh wow, Tobe is coming, okay, cool. And you know, that's that. And then of course, the last time Nonko last saw Tobe was at the casino event. So it was kind of awkward, kind of not awkward, because I felt that Nonko was opening like, hi Tobe, you know, I haven't seen you for a long time. Tobe was also kind of like, hi. So I didn't really get any awkward vibes between the two of them. And then obviously we see all the ladies wearing black, but just one who decided to be the madam, who decided to be different. Which was Andiswasanelisiwekhumalo. Andiswasanelisiwekhumalo was not wearing black, she was wearing white. Which personally for me, I think there's a time and there's a place for standing out. Personally for me, I like it that if there's a theme to a party, please go with the theme. Then just you want to be different, or you want to, you know, wear something that's completely different from what the event was. So I felt like that wasn't really necessary for her to wear white. But again, who's the madam? I am the madam, and yes, she's gonna wear whatever she wants to wear. No one's gonna tell her what she can wear, and that's that. And her brother was even like, when 2 and 3 are gathered, the madam must show up. So I assume when he said that, the madam must show up, not wearing the theme. Even her brother, I also felt that he was not wearing black tie. He was just wearing a jean top and a denim jacket, and he was cool with that. So I did feel like they weren't at the theme, but I guess she pitched up, you know. We can, and the ladies are in the event, and they are outside, a very classy setup, very, very, very modern. They're chilling outside, you know, just talking, and Tobe is there amongst the girls. And Mabusi was just like, oh, I've heard a lot about Tobe. In her confessional, she was like, oh, I've heard about Tobe, but then Tobe ubela badela juices, which kind of means that Tobe just gave Mabusi a cold shoulder. Then we see Tobe actually removing herself from the ladies to go sit somewhere else. And Sarisha did say that, you know, Tobe is my friend, she'll always be part of the ladies, but she doesn't really like the whole mix of the ladies. So she does remove herself from the ladies and go sit somewhere else. And then the ladies now have a discussion of Lakonko's event. So I can't remember exactly who brought it up that Lakonko had an event. And then KG and Annie then asked Lakonko that, hey, why were we invited to your event? And Lakonko was just like, I didn't invite you guys. Oh yeah, KG and Annie were just like, we heard that we weren't African enough to come to your event. And Lakonko was just like, no, I didn't say that. And she tried explaining herself that the reason why you guys didn't come to my events is because of the language barriers. You know, some girls don't know English, some girls don't know English, some do know English. So I didn't want to, I don't know what she exactly said. I really don't know what she exactly said. Something of, she just wanted people to speak the same thing, which I'm assuming she wanted everyone to speak Zulu. But I really don't understand why she didn't invite the ladies, because Homoso did say that, but you were able to invite us Kumemul, which is also a cultural thing. So why couldn't you invite us to this event? Which I feel like KG does have a point. You know, Umemulo is a Zulu event, and you know, why couldn't you invite us to other events where they're going to speak Zulu? We've seen Sorisha at a lot of events where the language barriers are very, very, very different, and she hardly understands what's going on, but she's still there to support. So, Lakonto, I didn't really feel like she explained herself well. She did come a bit defensive, and in her confessional, we see her saying she's not forced to invite all the ladies. So then it begins raining, and as Mabusi says, Lakonto was saved by the rain. Then we go inside the house, and they go to a room. I won't say it's a room, but it's kind of a room where it's just chairs and table, and the table is set up as a U, so kind of like this, and the ladies are divided. So at one side it was Ayanda, Mabusi, and Lakonto, and the other side was Sorisha, Annie, and KG. And KG, Annie, and Sorisha felt like, wow, they're even trying to distance themselves from us. We are completely divided. What's going on? All those things. And in my opinion, I don't really think that they purposely try to divide themselves from Sorisha. Because I did hear Ayanda say, no, we want to see the side because we want to feel the sea breeze, but we never know. Maybe they were trying to divide themselves. We really don't know. And then we begin the event inside with a very lovely poem by this really, 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 really good girl who just said a poem which is very lovely. And then the purpose for the launch was actually Brenda was launching her single. So Brenda launches her single, she sings, very, very nice voice, very vibey and nice song. And then Nonku decides to talk about Cape Town again, and she tells the ladies again that I'm inviting you to Cape Town. I want you guys to come to Cape Town. I'm planning a trip. Again, the ladies really don't seem interested. Like, why are we going to Cape Town? Who are we going to see at Cape Town? Like, why? And they're really not interested. But Nonku, you can actually see she's serious and she's not backing down. She's just like, I really want you guys to come to Cape. The time when Nonku was telling the ladies about Cape Town, this was the time when Mabusi was just like, Nonku, actually, when did you plan this trip? And Nonku was just like, no, I don't even plan. I just decide that we're all going and we just go. And Mabusi at the time did feel very offended. She was just like, no. I feel like I'm the last person again to be told about something. And as you go back to previous episodes, Mabusi has always been the last one to be told about something or didn't receive a present. There's always some saga around Mabusi with presents or events. So they start going back and forth with Nonku and Mabusi start going back and forth, and so she's just like, not Mabusi again. In a confessional, she's like, not Mabusi again. Mabusi always has something going on, and it's kind of like a stigma. Like, if we have an event, Mabusi must be the last one to told, or there must be something wrong that happens regarding Mabusi, something like that. And Mabusi was very offended because Nonku did bring Mabusi into the group, and the way I feel like Nonku is not treating Mabusi as a friend but more as an outsider, and which I feel like it's really wrong, because you are my friend, you are the one that brought me to the ladies. Why now are you treating me like I'm not your friend or I'm just an outsider? And I do believe that if you're my friend, you're gonna tell me about the Cape Town trip first. Or not even first, but no, first. Yeah. You're my friend, you are going to tell me about the Cape Town trip first. But then I do feel like Nonku is a very two-sided friend. And, I really do feel like she doesn't treat Mabusi the way she should be treated. And that is as a friend, and I kind of do get why Mabusi is angry, because Nonku has been sidelining her a lot. And it's not right. She's not treating her the way she should. The end of episode 10, and then episode 11 we get to see the ladies actually go to Cape Town. So this is going to be very, very, very fun to watch. Please, 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 please don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in my next review. I love you guys for watching. Bye.